There we go. Let's do a meditation. So before you close your eyes and turn within to your nice clean house after your nice clean bedroom after the leap year in 2020. So what we're going to do, so imagination, remember imagination is a spiritual chakra ability. Your spirit, your higher self, your higher wise, intelligent, all-knowing self um, is loves to communicate through imagination, playfulness, and expansion. And so whether you're going to feel through this meditation, you might hear things, you might know things, or you might have a visual. We're going to create a really nice kind of safe space of, I always like nature, but wherever your safe space is, you're going to create that. And then we're just going to go through a revealing process of what was revealed to you. We know that the world was revealing a lot to us, but in the leap year of 2020, what about you was revealed to you? And then what kind of crisis, even if it's the 2020 COVID pandemic, we're going to put it on a burn pile. So you're going to have a pile of wood there. You're just going to keep adding it to the burn pile, all of it. Have you totally, completely had this absence of memory? Well, then that's okay. You just say, whatever happened in 2020, I no longer need. I'm going to put it on the burn pile. So we're going to go ahead and clean house to get you ready for this next 4 years, because it's a totally different 4 years coming up. And the next 4 years is a massive awakening to that truth that was illuminated for us in the last 4 years. So go ahead and close your eyes and turn within. And even if you've never meditated before, Spirit always says, if you close your eyes, your spirit can help you have an experience. Your spirit can help you release and heal. So we're calling this the Big Leap Year Healing. And so your body might have been shaken up just a little bit as it's remembering. So remind your body that you're not during a pandemic. There's not, your life isn't turned upside down, maybe in the ways it was 4 years ago. So just settle your body, remind your body that today's date is February 29th, 2024. So it can come back into this present moment. Remind yourself that you are not the age you were 4 years ago, unless you were born on a leap year day. And then remind your body of how old you are now, and that will help you even more come fully into this present moment. Boy, it feels like there's a lot of stomach gurgling going on out there. That just means that 4 years ago, you did not feel as if you were in your power or that you had control. That's going to be the third chakra. But remember, your inner resilience was being built. So your third chakra is probably a lot stronger now, but it wants to let go of that disempowered feeling. So go ahead, if you're having any gurgling, stomach upset, kind of belching, just go ahead and just know that, oh, you've got something there in your solar plexus that wants to drain right on out of your energy field. And then just say hello to your higher wise self. Even if you're not even sure your higher wise self exists, and just ask your higher self to help support you in this healing of the energetics of the events that have happened in the last 4 years. And just imagine that a grounding cord, it can be a tree with roots, or it can be any image that you want to work with. Lately, I've been working with staircases. And so go ahead and ground yourself all the way. Just let that grounding image go deeper and deeper and deeper, super deep, because this isn't called the big leap year healing for nothing. We want to have some solid grounding and connection to really dump all that old fear and anxiety and trauma. It was traumatizing for many of you. Nice. Now let's bring in and call on the blue light. If some of you remember, the blue light frequency is the star of the show. But if you want to invite the blue star beings in, you're welcome to do that on your own. But right now, all we really need to do is just call upon that blue light to begin infusing through the top of your aura, infusing into the room where you are, through the top of your head. And as it flows down through your human energy field, remember, it sheds illusions. It dissolves all illusions. What illusions did you buy into 4 years ago that you don't buy into now? And let this blue light dissolve the old residual from that. Remind yourself of the date that you're listening to this recording and how old you are. It's a little slow going, and that's because it was hard. And you're probably all like, I don't know that I want to experience that again. And you don't have to. Just let the blue light dissolve all that old illusion. And remember, the truth revealed to you is how strong and resilient you really, really are. I can hear some of you saying, wow, that time was really hard. It was really hard. It was really hard. But you have an opportunity right now to let go of some of that old energy. So just dump it down your grounding to be recycled. Let the blue light come in and dissolve those hard places. All right, that's a great start. Now, let yourself, your imagination, let your imagination go wild and trigger your intuitive impressions. So let yourself imagine your safe space where you're going to build a bonfire. Like I said, for me, it's nature, but for you, it may be maybe just in your backyard. Maybe that's your safe space. Maybe it's at your grandmother's house. Maybe that's your safe space. But create that, whether it's the beach or the desert or the mountains or the swamplands, wherever you are, build that beautiful imagination of safety around you. And then notice like a stone circle, and inside the stone circle, which will be sacred stones. And within that stone circle are, someone saying, does a safe space have to be on earth? No, this is your healing. You get to be wherever you feel called to be. And inside there's some really nice dry cedar wood with wonderful sap in it that's going to quickly catch fire easily when you're ready. But start just going through your memories of, and you can say, you're grateful to have the experience to build inner resilience, but you gotta go now. And just start, we're going to just take a minute as you start adding things to the fire, the leftover residual energy of that time, release it to the fire so we can transform it out of your field. You can imagine the memory in a large bundle, and you're just going to place that bundle on the fire, and then another large bundle and place that on the fire. And your fire can be as large as you need for your big leap year healing. Now go ahead and light the fire. You can use a match or one of those clicker sticks. You can imagine just your mind saying fire and just create the fire with your mind. However you want to create the fire, go ahead and light it so that all that old energy can start transforming back into usable energy again to go back out into the universe. If the items that you released are full of emotion, they might be a little damp. And so you might need to add some fire starter if you're having trouble getting your fire started. So it's imaginary fire starter or fuel, or um, have a fire breathing dragon come in and breathe fire onto the old energy. But once that fire started, just allow yourself to sit nearby. And have you ever sat and stared at a fire and you're mesmerized? Like the fire is alive and it has messages for you. So let's see if your fire can provide some wisdom and insight as to who you are now, 4 years later. What gifts did you gain from that hard time? Allow yourself to take in the truth of who you are and how you've grown. Ooh, there's some emotion there for some of you. Please allow, if you have tears of sadness, of grief, of loss, allow it to flow right up your body, right up your body. Allow it to flow out the top of your head. Allow this emotion to be a healing for you. Stuffing it is just not good. So go ahead and don't stuff it anymore. Let it flow right up out the top of your head. Remind yourself what today's date is and your current age. Yes, as Yvonne says, surrender. Let it all go. Now we're just going to take one more moment. I know this is probably moving quickly for you all, but you can pause the recording in between. But one more moment as you're sitting by the fire, ask the fire element or the beings that are around, or ask your higher self, what are you going to gain and learn in the next 4 years? What is this next leap year in 2028 going to feel like for you? Just see if you can get a little taste of what that's going to be like. I can sense more emotion as you feel into and sense for 2028. This feels more of a happy expression of emotion. Now, this is where you get to intend. Do you want the fire to continue to burn and burn off and transform some old energies and residual energies? If so, then you can just ask for support to kind of manage the fire, and you can revisit it again later. Or if yours is burned out, you just want to cover it up. But you want to thank the fire element for the transformation, any guides that maybe went with you, your higher self that helped walk you through this big leap year healing, and allow it to walk you right back into the room where you are now. And then open your eyes and look around the room And I always like to, I know what's happening for me by contrast. So, how did you feel before you came on the call this morning? And then, what is it that you're experiencing now? Being fully aware, some of you might not know for a few days how the healing was for you, but given the opportunity, if you would go ahead and place in the comments section what you experienced so that others can read it and know that, wow, we had similar experiences, or I could have done this and I might try that next time. So I just want to let you know we're going to go back to, we are here. Tomorrow's going to be March 1st. If you haven't heard the March frequency forecast, listen in. We're going to have a big surge of the feminine divine coming back in around the 15th. Around the 19th of March, I've placed the spring equinox. If you're in the southern hemisphere, it's the fall equinox. Registration's still open. Early bird finishes around the 5th of March, so you definitely want to click on that link. You definitely want to join me as I guide you through another big level of shifting. And then we're going to be preparing for the end of March, the beginning of April, the solar eclipse, and then the end of April is going to be also another big surge. So we're always stronger together than we ever have been apart. And maybe COVID helped us to also learn that. All right, take care, everyone. I look forward to reading your comments. Look forward to seeing you again next Thursday as we are in the month of March and doing our live event. Thank you all so much for joining me. I so appreciate it. Bye-bye.